I'm get red canceled.
No, you.
No, sir, you.
No, you.
Can't afford to get canceled on social media, Link.
Alright, there's the link.
I'm impressed. I wasn't actually expecting to make it to one of these.
Well, you're here. Whoever you are.
You know, never had anyone introduce themselves on one of these streams.
So for the viewers, I'm Santa Claus.
Santa Claus?
Yes.
And I'm the Keebler elf.
Yeah, be careful, Chad. He knows whether you've been naughty or nice.
Red.
He stalks you in your sleep.
Yes, absolutely. I would raise your volume just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a will
Just
bit.
a smidge.
Your volume.
I can't raise it any higher. At least not on OBS.
I'm not gonna stop breaking into your house, dude. Sorry. No can do. It's the law.
So when Santa breaks into your house at night, he gets milk and cookies. But when I break into your house at night, I get a restraining order.
Yeah, them's the breaks.
This is oppression.
Society sucks.
Yep, it is.
You know, funny thing, this game has a sort of like Christmas mode where the bonus stages can be all Christmassy. I don't know why they added that, but they added it.
Because it's going to be Christmas sometime of the year for some people.
Right, well. I did slightly raise the volume on my mic. I don't know how that might be sounding. Mic. I don't know how that might be sounding. Mic. Yeah, anyone watching, how's the audio?
You mean you don't want to go through the entire stream and then realize that no one heard us?
Yeah.
You mean you don't want to go through the entire stream and then realize that no one heard us?
Yeah. Or strain goes away, right? Whatever. Fine. Just gonna fucking start it. Who cares?
That's the spirit. Fuck your quality.
Well,
Sorry, I was dealing with something. What's up?
Just checking audio again.
Sorry, there's something happening.
Anyways. Well, DKC2's like intro chime thing, I think is the best one. This one's also pretty good. Although it probably has the weakest actual title theme. Still good though. Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. There's no shenanigans with the subtitle to make it like, you know, with DKC2's.
Ugh. You know, Red, you've inspired me.
Inspired?
I
That's
think
a
we're gonna
concerning
change
talk.
I think we're gonna change my policy on what to do with kids who have been naughty on Christmas.
Oh.
Not leaving coal in their stocking anymore. Leaving a copy of Paper Mario Sticker Star.
Oh, God. That's cruel.
No,
Well,
that's
the naughty
a
kids need to
rule.
learn.
Right, so this is Donkey Kong Country 3. So, I'm not as familiar with this game as the other two, mainly because I didn't grow up with it. Funny story about that. Because this game came out like it was either like just before or around the same time as when the N64 came out, and yet it still somehow managed to make the top 10 best-selling Super Nintendo games, which I think is pretty impressive. But so back then, my sister wanted this game for Christmas because we had 1 and 2, and she loved those games. She did not get this game for Christmas. She got an N64. She didn't complain. But because of that, never had this growing up, and for the longest time, I didn't even know this game existed. It wasn't until years later where I found I was like, wait a second, there was a third one? And it's kind of funny because I had a Kitty Kong toy as a kid, and I didn't recognize Kitty Kong. I was like, why is there this Baby Kong toy? That wasn't in any of the games. And years later, it's like, wait, that was... Okay. But...
Well, you can't sue me. I'm Santa Claus, and if you want something else in your stocking, better not be naughty.
I'm pretty sure there was a Christmas movie, or no, it was... Yeah, it was fucking Grandma got run over by a reindeer where Santa gets sued. Grandpa's gonna sue the pants off for Santa.
Oh god, that's bringing back memories, man.
Alright. So this isn't just like, the previous streams where I'm just playing through the game. I'm doing something a little different because, as you can see with my completed file here, it goes up to 103%, escalating like how the first game was 101%, 2 was 102%. This is 103%, except you can actually go up to 100, not only 104%, but 105% with by putting in a cheat code to basically give you a hard mode. I've never attempted this before, and it sounds like it'll probably be kind of annoying because it gets rid of checkpoints as well as all but 4 Kong barrels. So that's gonna be fun. I just need to implement the code.
Why do you do this to yourself, Red?
R.
Wait, don't you need 2 Kongs to get a ton of the secrets?
Some of them, yeah.
So you'd have to backtrack to a level with a Kong barrel if you want those?
Yep.
I repeat, why do you do this to yourself?
Because I haven't done it before. So the code is toughest. This is the only one that lets you, name your file.
Also, Red,
Yeah.
fuck your Donkey Kong Country 3 bullshit, I got Supersonic.
Sonic sucks.
I agree.
I like Sonic. You don't even play Sonic!
I've been unleashed.
Okay? Also, if you say Unleashed sucks to AKG, that might be a bit more of a problem.
I enjoyed it minus
Wait, so if the only one you've beaten is Unleashed, then you're saying Sonic sucks?
Man, we really didn't take that long to start talking about Sonic.
Well,
I got Supersonic and Sonic 2.
Well, you gonna tell me that Sonic Shuffle is a good game?
Are you judging the Sonic series on Sonic Shuffle?
Maybe.
I mean, what better reference point?
Any of the main series games?
Okay. So this game, it's essentially more DKC2, but it does have some changes, being mainly being the overworld. Go to Bazaar's general store. First of Brothers Bear.
Okay, DKC3's Overworld or Mario Worlds?
This isn't fleshed out that much, so I kind of have to give it to World.
I think this looks aesthetically a lot better.
Well, fucking
yes.
course.
I don't give that much of a shit about Dinosaur Island, because Dinosaur Island is a really underdeveloped location.
There are a couple things you can buy from this guy. Won't be relevant for a while. Okay, let's go to funk.
Why is Sonic glowing?
So, while I will say the soundtrack isn't as strong as 2's, this is my favorite funky theme, though. And there's the boy.
Funky.
Monkey chunky monkey.
It's interesting because his design is more like they didn't change much of his design for like modern ones. No, Neo, I can't name off all the Brothers Bears. I never bothered to memorize them. Okay,
I can't believe that's a fake Donkey Kong fan.
Oh, I'm sorry. There are various secrets like these around, which give you this minigame.
Can't even name all the Brothers Bear. What kind of fucking DK fan are you?
Let's see. There's Bizarre. There's Blue. There's Bazooka. There's Boomer. Bajorn, I think, is another one.
Giorno.
No me gusta.
Me gusta.
Brash.
What? Did you just respond to DiGiorno with me gusta?
Senor.
Huh. Okay.
That is the wrong language.
Okay, so we're now far removed from the original protagonists. DK's not here, Diddy's not even here. We got Dixie and now Kitty. There's some more changes to how the duo works. I personally prefer, 2's duo, because, while the mechanics that these two bring can be interesting, they're not utilized all that much or very well.
I disagree. Well, with the 2's being better, not the other thing.
But,
The other thing is just correct.
no. So now...
What?
Kitty is
So
heavy.
you're saying the point you just made is incorrect?
I'm saying, shut up. I'm trying to explain shit.
No, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Shut
So-
up when grown men's is talking.
So, Kitty is heavy, so you can't move as fast while holding him, and he doesn't go as high when you throw him, but he comes down hard. Now, Funky describes Kitty throwing you as like, you'll throw you really high, but it's no higher than how either characters threw in DKC 2. And honestly, it just kind of makes it a little annoying if you're playing as Dixie and you need to throw up somewhere. Like, it's very mild. Like, that's a nitpick, but, because like right
Red
here,
just doesn't want to swap off Dixie because he's a bitch.
I'm probably gonna play as Kitty a lot, because if I'm only gonna have 4 Kong barrels in the entire game, I'm gonna want Kitty to die first, because Dixie's more useful.
Do some roll. Didn't I find out something about roll jumping on the water
Maybe.
that you didn't? What the fuck was it?
I don't know, you're the one who found it out, you tell me.
Yeah, but it's been a while. Shut up. You complain about me taking too long to play the Donkey Kong games, and you know that was 2 games ago for me. And you know
Yeah.
how long it's been.
Yeah, that's a you problem that you need to fix.
Great, cool. However, you understand how long it's been. You can't act like I'm fucking bullshitting when I say it's been a while. I don't fucking remember.
I'm saying, play these games faster. Anyways. So,
Say shut the fuck
you
up.
only have one more country game, just fucking play it. Anyways, the DK codes are handled a little differently in this game, and I'm mixed on it, but I mostly think it's done worse. Because we have these guys now. We have these kegs, but you throw it against them, it doesn't work. But the keg respawns. you need to figure out a way to hit him like that. And, you know, it does offer some cool puzzle, like, stuff in some levels, but the vast majority of levels, it's like that one where you just find him and then it's easy to hit him. So yeah, Kitty can do a water skip if I do it right.
So
it could be easy to jump before you reach the water. There we go.
okay, so Red, the Insta Shield makes Metropolis Zone infinitely more playable.
I figure.
Because every single bullshit enemy attack can just be Insta Shield through.
Here we got a new bonus type. Just collect the green bananas. I think it's a neat bonus type, although some specific rooms can be a little annoying with where just bad luck of the placement of the bananas, because it is random where they appear. But you know, it is not too bad. You know, Kitty does this like eye thing whenever he completes a bonus game, but Dixie doesn't have a unique animation for that. This game also somewhat streamlines bonuses, where there's 2 in each level, minus like a few exceptions in the Lost World. But like, you'll always know if you got them all, because there's always 2. If you got 1, you didn't get enough, and if you're worried that you didn't get another one, if you got 2, then, well... And here's the other level, which I find a lot more boring than 2's end level goal, because there's no challenge to it. You just jump on the rope. I suppose it's better than 1, where you just kind of walk out of the level.
Red hates walking.
Come on, you know the challenge in DKC2 is a lot more interesting than just grab rope.
Yeah, I sure do love when they made it a DK court and you had to replay the level and you fucked up.
That happened twice.
Yeah, but it happened.
Okay, but the vast majority of the game is fine. Shut up. Anyways, one neat thing about that is the flag on the end is what shows you whether or not you've gotten, like, all the secrets. And you can see it at a glance, you know, because you see the flag is raised and it has a yellow thing, so you know you got everything. You know, there also is the exclamation mark at the end of the level name, which tells you just like the previous games, but it is nice to just see at a glance. I will say, I do think DKC2 is the better game, but 3 has some improvements here and there. And it's not necessarily that this game is worse than DKC2. It's just, I think DKC2 is a little stronger, you know?
It's not that it's worse, it's just, it's not better. It's less good, thus worse.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Fuck you.
No, you.
Why don't you both?
Just fuck already.
Nah, I'm not into men.
Not with that attitude.
Why not?
Because I'm not Ben.
Oh, dude!
Fair point.
I hate all of you.
What's wrong with liking men, Ben?
Yeah, Matt, wait a minute, Ben. What are you trying to say?
Not one of you.
Not one of who? Because I'm straight.
What are you trying to say, Ben?
I knew it was a bad idea to join this chat.
this is what you signed up for.
What, because we're acknowledging your sexuality?
No!
Would you rather us deny you?
Okay, before this goes too far, just so everyone knows, this is just joking around.
Ben
Straight
is
as an
definitely
arrow.
totally gay, and I'm totally not joking.
I hate all of you.
You're welcome, Ben.
So one point of criticism that this game has gotten for a while, I mean, for the longest time, this game was sort of not liked that much. People would say it's the worst of the trilogy. It's sort of been turning around lately. There's a lot more people who really like the game now. But one of the main criticisms people have given the game is that it's a little too gimmicky. Because as you'll see with this level, like, you need to pull these, these things to open doors. And, like, you're doing that the whole level. And that's just the beginning of, like, the gimmicks that are in the game. Because every level has a unique thing to it. The thing about that criticism is that, like, there are a lot of problems with that particular criticism. One, DKC 2 did the same thing. This game has a lot more out there gimmicks compared to DKC 2. But it still had them. Like, is anything... Like, okay, there's nothing quite as out there as, like, something like that level where you have Crosshair aiming at you the whole time. But, you know, DKC 2 still had a level where you were racing a bird to the end.
Well, just because there's nothing as out there as, you know, a crosshair aiming at you the whole time, does nothing to change the core gameplay beyond how your platforming reacts to the hazard.
Yeah, it's like
that's still just core platforming.
Yeah, like the game has a lot of gimmicks to it, but you're still navigating like the levels and the gimmicks the same way, like with the same moveset and everything that you're already using.
You're not in the middle of playing a good old-fashioned speed platforming game and suddenly being thrown into a really mediocre flight level. Wait.
Yeah. Okay, so here's an example of this one. You know, having to... Not really, I don't know if I can call that a puzzle, but, you know... A little challenge.
That you failed at.
I didn't. Anyways. But yeah, so... Yeah, the gimmicks complaint, I don't think really applies. But there's also just the fact that, like, it's much better for a platformer to have gimmicks in each of the levels than to not, because then each level is unique with a unique challenge, and I do think that they build the challenges well enough in each level. It's not like something like Mischief Makers, where, well, I think that game handles it really well. A lot of its levels are kind of short, where sometimes you feel like the gimmick wasn't as developed as it could have. Also, Mario 64 music.
Mario 3.
Yeah. Mario 3, I think, is how to not do it very well.
What's wrong with the game taking place in Canada, besides Canadians?
I think it speaks for itself.
I said besides Canadians.
Oh.
What's over here? Alright, Barnacles Island, that's another brother.
Also, 2 days after, to respond to your post, I would say that the completion aspect does absolutely affect my ranking of the DKC games. However, it just so happens that the games that have better completion tend to also just be better designed anyway. So, and really the only DKC game with bad completion is, relatively speaking at least, is 1.
And I wouldn't even say it's bad, it's just not that interesting. I mean, there are some bonuses that are just kind of obtuse.
Like, every DKC game after 1 has rather strong completion elements to it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I personally find the completion of 3 just a little bit better than 2, but that's not in every aspect. 2, I do think handles DK coins overall better,
Yeah.
and I think 2 has the better post-game rewards
Yeah, I like
in
2's
terms of like,
Lost
the Lost World.
more than this game's, though I wouldn't say this game's bad, but then again, Stampede Sprint is a bit of a spike. I think that should have been like at the end of the Lost World instead of the first level of it. Yeah, just look at this. The coin is right here. Like, and there's no unique challenge to it. It's just, you know, throw a Kong up there, and then you have the barrel.
See, the thing is, I like just about everything about the bonus system in this game more than 2's. I like the fact that the Lost World is a more of a cohesive product in this game, even if the Lost World itself I don't think is better. I like the overworld exploration being integrated with it, along with the characterization. I think it's more interesting to do 100% for this game than 2, but 2 is the overall more polished title in general, including in terms of the 100%. So,
okay, I gotta point out these enemies annoy me because they're basically the same as the clobbers from 2. You know, the guys hiding in the barrels, except you know there's no full like you can tell it's it because it has a different barrel design. The whole point of the clobbers in 2 is that they looked like normal barrels. Now it's just like, oh, yeah. Okay. They do make the sound, but, you know.
I would put 3 over DKC 1, but I would prefer Returns, I'd say.
Yeah. We more or less have the same ranking for the games. I mean, I'd assume you'd put Tropical Freeze above.
No, Tropical Freeze is actually the worst one.
I don't believe you.
Well, why do you think I haven't finished it? I finished all the other ones.
Right.
In my opinion, just doesn't matter.
Okay, Ben, sure.
In this instance.
Okay, sure. Yeah, in every instance, okay.
I'm gonna have to be really careful with those urchin enemies, because I can't afford to get hit as much.
Well, I'm on the cutscene level.
I haven't been hit so far. Probably shouldn't have said that.
You've doomed us all, yourself.
Honestly, the reason I'd say DKC 2 is better is literally just it has more consistent levels and gameplay.
Yeah. That, I prefer Diddy and Dixie as a duo in both a mechanical and just character-wise. I also much prefer, like, the aesthetics and theming of two more than this. I know you really like the, this game's theming, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think, you know, this game has good theming. I just think it wasn't done as well as it could have. Also, this is, like, the first mandatory use... the first mandatory use of the water skip, but... Yeah, my issue with the theming isn't necessarily like the environmental theming, it's more like it doesn't do much of anything with the whole, with how my main issue is how the Kremlings are themed. Because like DKC 1 was a little weird with its theming because they're sort of a militarized theme, but then K. Rool was a king on a boat, which I mean, I love King K. Rool and Gangplank Galleon is cool, but that was a little weird. 2, I mean, I don't have any complaints with its theming. But then this game, like, K. Rool is a scientist, and like there's a whole thing with Chaos, which is his robot that he created. But
Spoilers.
game's fucking how old?
So? What if
But-
they didn't know?
Anyways, but like, you don't really see the scientist thing come out. Like,
I'm fine with Canada. It was a joke, by the way, 2 days after.
They prefer to be called Canada.
No, they don't.
but like, while DKC 1 was a little confused with, you know, the Kremlings themselves versus K. Rool, but there was still something there. Like, there was still a unified theme of the Kremlings themselves being the militarized sort of thing. This one, the Kremlings are just naked.
Oh God, he's naked.
Like they were militarized in the first one, they were pirates in the second. But there's no like actual theme to them in this game. They're just Kremlings. Like look at that guy.
Geek Critique made a statement about it, about what the theme was.
I didn't watch that.
The theme is obviously Canada.
He was saying that
It's playing off of the Frankenstein thing where they're genetically modified abominations.
I mean, that would be cool if I believed that that's... Like, I don't know, I don't really get that impression looking at this guy, do you?
I think there was points to be made about how they do look notably different in terms of just body structure than the previous two games.
Because, yeah,
But
I mean, the Kremlins in 2 do kind of look similar to the ones in 1, just with different outfits, but yeah.
Where I disagree with Geek Critique is that in his recent video he said that his old video he brought up that theme too, but said that he didn't think the game really did it very well. And in this one he says he disagrees with his old self, that the game gets it across perfectly fine, and I don't think it does.
Yeah, and honestly,
I can see it,
like,
honestly, but like, I don't think it's well done in terms, like, if that's what it's going for, it's like, I guess it's there, you know?
Yeah, like, I never really got that impression myself, like...
Well, that's why he was talking about other things like replacing zingers with bees that have literal buzz saws inserted into them.
Yeah, like,
You know?
that's why I focus on the mechanical thing, because Chaos as well as the new zingers make me feel like that's what they're going for, you know, technology. I think this game could have and should have played into what DKC 1 was doing, nature versus technology, but play into it more than DKC 1 did, where that game, you know, just had a factory world at one point. And, like, mostly focused on, you know, pollution. Well, I think this could just, you know, focus on mechanizing things. The Kremlins should be cyborgs, I think.
Does the manual
Planet
say that? I
Fall.
have no idea, Neo.
I forget exactly what the menu says, but it's something about how Chaos is the new leader. Like, it's sort of supposed to be a surprise that K. Rool is back in this game. But yeah, so that's, you know, my main issue with the theming of this game. And, like, another thing is, because the land that we're in is called the Northern Kremisphere. That sounds like this should be Kremlin territory, but it doesn't feel like this is, like, the Kremlin split land or whatever. Like, everything about Crocodile Isle was like, yes, this is where the Kremlins live, but...
So, here's the question. Why would a race of a bunch of reptiles be living in a snowy tundra? Unless that's the point of why they want DK Isle?
I mean, that
Which
could be
interesting, you know? Like,
yeah.
they're reptiles living in a fucking tundra. They can't survive here.
Yeah, that could be the case, although they... Crocodile Isle is supposed to be their home, but then again, if they're being driven off here, but...
Well, Crocodile Isle is an artificial island, isn't it?
I don't think they're ever really clear on that. Like, it didn't seem like like, it is artificial in 64, but...
Well, yeah, that's my point. Like, they showed in 64 that it's made of metal and can move.
Well, yeah,
And
because that's a different island. That's just a...
I suppose.
That's basically just a ship, more than an island.
Well, I guess that raises questions. So, okay. In DKC 1... Oh, fuck. In DKC 1, we see the Kremlings coming by boat to invade. They're trying to find Santa for giving them sticker star in their stockings. Shit! I knew it was a bad idea. Why'd you tell me to do it?
They're coming for you.
Why did you do this, Serene?
It was Red's idea.
What? No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
I
it
would
was.
never be that cruel.
It was your sticker star video. It's your idea.
Nope.
I had nothing to do with it.
It was all you.
Anyway, so in DKC 1, the Kremlings are coming by boat, slowly over time, to DK Isle, invading it, plundering the resources, trying to get rid of the Kongs. DKC 2 has the Kongs following the Kremlings to Crocodile Isle. Now, Crocodile Isle has... The first world on the island is a magma cavern. No one's fucking living there. The second world is the second world the carnival? Well, the third world, but you know what I mean.
The third one is the swamp.
It's swamp then carnival?
Yeah.
Right. Swamp hardly looks civilized, but then again, DK
It's
Isle
ogre territory. Ogre!
I mean, I think the whole point of Crocodile Isle is to show, like, this is how the Kremlings live, like, you know, DK Isle is an island paradise, but Crocodile Isle is so, like, you step one foot on it and, like, volcanoes and then, dirty swamplands.
Well, I think part of the point is that's a shitty place to live.
Yeah.
But on top of that, if you think about it, right, it's also at the top adorned with a fortress, and it's heavily militarized and has a fucking carnival for some reason. Sonic 3.
The carnival is a little weird.
Again, Sonic 3. Anyway,
I think it works more than Sonic 3, but it's still.
Well,
weird.
yes, yeah, it does. I know, but it's just funny to me. Anyway, point being, it feels more like a base than it does a home. Was where I was going with that. And that would kind of explain the desire to explore the Northern Hemisphere after that point, is that if it was a base of operations for their invasion of DK Isle, that would mean that's not where they're from, that's where they were staying, right?
Yeah.
And that would mean the Northern Hemisphere would therefore be implied to be their home. So there could be an interesting thematic progression if they just,
Yeah,
had it so, like...
If that is what they were... If that is what they tried to go for, then that could be rather interesting.
I mean, hell, that could explain why the Kremlings would be so fucking desperate with the whole mechanical engineering and fucking biological fucking, what are they called? Like, abominations,
Yeah.
Like, trying to live in an area entirely hospitable for them.
Yeah.
Because reptiles not meant to live in that kind of a climate. I don't know. This is all shit the game literally doesn't do anything with.
Yeah, like, it's interesting. It's kind of weird with this game because this is the wordiest DKC game, and yet it has the least, like, story to it.
The wordiest game with the least to say.
Boy, are we wasting our time.
Because, like, you're playing this game, you didn't read the manual. What are we doing here? Like, you'll know if you read the manual, but nothing in-game tells you why you're here. Like, the reason you're here is because Diddy and Donkey went missing. Like, they went to this place, and now they're missing, and Dixie has to go and save them while also babysitting Kitty. But nothing in the game tells you. Like, you will not know that this is happening until you beat the game, and it's like, oh, wait, Diddy and Donkey were in that robot. Okay.
So wait, let's take this analogy further from the Kremlings' point of view. So, you're the Kremlings. You went to invade DK Isle Massive fuck up. Lost. Failed. Had to retreat to your military base. The Kongs invaded your base and kicked you the fuck out, sending you running back home to a place where you can't really survive. Your leader goes into hiding, masking behind some kind of robotic overlord, and you start going through some weird biological experimentation to try to survive on this landmass that you were stuck on. And the Kongs come here and kick your shit in, and make it so you can't even live in your original home at this point. So K-Rool gets vindictive, builds a new machine, and goes to literally blow up DK Island in act of vengeance.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is a pretty cohesive storyline.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know if DKC3 makes the very important connected dot there to make that make sense.
Nah.
On the absence of official.
Because every other game lifts its weight in that regard, where it's just a no shit. The only part of that feels like a stretch is DKC3.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to listen back to the stream when I inevitably review the game. God damn it, Craig, you could see.
Damn it, old man.
Yeah, I win. Oh shit. Wait till I tell your parents. Wait, you know my parents?
Where are my parents?
Yeah. They replaced Swanky's quiz with this minigame. It's alright, I don't really play it much.
It is replayable in a way that the quiz wasn't. So if you want to grind for lives, you can.
You can. I don't usually play it, and I'm not gonna play it again this stream, so...
You end up running low on lives.
I don't think running out of lives will be the issue. I think it's being in a situation where I need another Kong. This is real chill.
So I'm fighting the Death Egg robot. Shit. And Insta-Shield? Very helpful.
Okay. Another reason I prefer 2 is I don't really... I like the bosses in 2 more. Like, I don't think this game has bad bosses, but like this guy is just kind of boring.
Well, okay. Nia, I might not just know, I'm not really a DK fan, but where does DKC3 confirm that this is the Kremling homeland and that it's an uninhabitable location for them because of the area itself? Because that's me just reading into a literal hypothesis based on the surface level detailing. I don't know of anything about the game or its, like, associated content that references that. Again, not actually a DK fan, so I easily could be missing something, but I don't know what I'm missing.
I don't
Also,
think anything
Red-
in the manual mentioned this.
You just killed Boss Boombox's cousin.
It's Barrel Boom. Boss Boom Barrel.
Yes. See? They're related.
Well, yeah, the manual does say something about Chaos being like the new leader, but...
Yeah, no, I mean, that part is literally part of the story. Yeah, I know that. But the important connecting dots is to K-Rool wanting vengeance in 64. For this specifically, like lack of a homeland, would require that to be explained in 3, that this is their homeland. And why it's a problem. But they don't talk about that. So, you know, that's the one thing that makes what I said not really work without making assumptions. Honestly, I would argue DK64's plot is way less interesting without the context of DKC3 being there. Because without the context of what I described, it's just K. Rool getting vengeance because the Kongs kicked his ass and he's salty about it. But if you turn it into vengeance because the Kongs have effectively kicked him out of his home in an act of aggression on their part, suddenly it's a lot more personal. But again, I don't think 3 really actually delivers that context. You know? Like, I like 3. I think 3 is, when it's at its best, about as good as, if not even better, than 2. But I don't think 3 maintains that at all. It's messy.
Kind of annoying thing about this level aesthetic is that keg in the background. Like, that's not a keg you can pick up. That's just part of the background. And there's a point in one of these where like you need to bring a keg somewhere, so it can be easy to miss it because you think it's a background thing.
Well, that's not my point. Yeah, no, DK is the owner of DK Isle. That's not my point. I'm talking about the Kremlings coming from the northern Kremisphere, which the only thing that gives that implication is the name of the location, nothing else.
Yeah.
And the fact that the Kremlings happen to be there, but the Kremlings have happened to be plenty of places, you know?
Yeah, that's sort of another thing, like, because for a place called the Northern Kremisphere, it doesn't really sell me on being Kremlin territory, especially after 2, because, you know, Crocodile Isle, like, it's such a contrast to DK Isle, and, like, purposefully so, where it's like, yeah, this is where, you know, DK calls home, a very nice place, but this is where the Kremlins live. And then you go to this place, which feels nothing like Crocodile Isle.
See, and I could buy that if that was because they didn't want to live here or something, and Crocodile Isle was a military base, but, like, they don't explore that, you know?
Well, I lost Kitty.
Shit.
It took until here to finally take a hit, so it's gonna be Dixie by herself for a while until I find another Kong barrel.
Do you at least know where the Kong barrels are?
I think most of them are in bonus stages, but there's one that isn't. I think that one is in, like, either World 3 or 4, though. Oh, boy. Great, now I have to get down there. There we go. This is where things are gonna get more complicated.
Also, I'm gonna be honest. If I have some questions about if the Kremlings are from Crocodile Isle. Like, first of all, it just doesn't feel like a place anyone lives, which could still work with what I'm talking about, but that makes DKC3 very superfluous. But the other thing is it kind of starts to make it questionable, though, what their goal is. Like, why they're attacking DK Isle in the first place, other than just militarism? For its own sake?
Yeah, I think it really just is, because, you know, it's just another place to conquer or something.
I mean, that could easily be it. I know. I'm just saying. I find the idea of there being a little more of something to the Kremlings more interesting, and DKC3 seems to set up something like that, but just doesn't do it. And I think it only helps the other games in context if you look at it that way, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, Dark Luke.
Yeah, in terms of another point, I wanted to make with Northern Hemisphere not feeling like Kremlin territory, because it feels more like it, belongs to the Brothers Bear. Like, they're the kind of people who live here.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. If it's not supposed to be Kremlin territory, they could express that, but they called it the Northern Hemisphere?
Yeah.
Because if that wasn't their goal, that's fine. That's the implication it gives. About to try the new Kirby game? I would personally go into the controls and change it so that it isn't auto-swallow, because maybe you want to inhale an enemy that has a copy ability without taking their copy ability, like traditional Kirby games. Basically, that means you have to push the block button to swallow, which, like, inhale an enemy and then push R to swallow them. I think that's better. The default doesn't work that way. Other than that, I'd experiment with copy ability moves. One minor critique I have for Kirby in the Forgotten Land is, as far as I can tell, there's no moveset lists for any of the abilities. So you kind of have to, experiment with them to find all the moves they have, and some of them are pretty unique per copy ability. But they don't have as many moves as, like, some of the previous games, though, so it's not, like, too much to experiment with.
Wait a second.
Other than that, it's a very approachable game.
If you lose a Kong and then enter a level with only one Kong, it just gives you the other Kong.
On the one hand, that's a fucking godsend. But on the other hand, wait, what's the point? Like, I mean, okay, it makes it so that when you do a level, you can't get your Kong back if you lose them, so you have to perfect run levels if you want the Kong, right?
Yeah.
And I get that still ultimately means it's harder, but that's weird.
Yeah, that was the main thing I was worried about with this. It's just being stuck with one Kong and having, like, to need another Kong for a bonus.
Well, it looks like that's not really going to be a problem. This is probably going to be smooth sailing.
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess it's just a neat way of playing the game for someone who's already played it.
Yeah. Like, that's the main reason I haven't tried this before, because, the idea of having to, like, go back to certain levels to find the very few Kong barrels, it's like that just sounded like it might be tedious. But if it works like this, I'm like, oh, this doesn't seem that bad. I could have done this at any point.
We wanted to share it with all of you.
So Louise is back, and he wants you to say hi to another friend of his, although you remember last time. You could just say hi to his friend without specifying the name.
Hello to a friend person of that guy.
Hey everyone.
Hey, Box.
Yep.
I've had a rough day, so I just figured I'd hop into the stream.
Right.
I literally just beat Sonic 2. I'm on the Eggman stomping screen right now. Okay, what do you think about Sonic 2?
Sonic 2? More like Sonic Poo.
Oh man.
More like
You guys such a
Sonic.
kidder.
More like Sonic. Ew.
Wait,
Oh, Kirby as a series in general is really chill. I really like Kirby.
Wait, where was DK Coincidence level again? I'm completely blanking on it. Shit. Yeah, I'm not quite committed all the bonuses and collectibles to memory in this, as opposed to 1 and 2, where I can just get them without thinking.
I also appreciate.
Red's bad.
Good
I
job.
also appreciate how the Kirby fandom is one of the least problematic. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's no.
I have seen so few toxic Kirby fans.
Yeah.
Not none, to be fair, but
Like, they exist, but like, when are you going to hear about them as vocally as you would like any other Nintendo fan base?
Most Kirby fans are just like, yo, Kirby games are fun. I dig it.
Ironic then that Sakurai also made arguably the most toxic.
Because it's a fighting game. If anybody wants to tell you that they are part of an insert fighting game fan base and it's not toxic, they're fucking lying to you.
Also, I would say Smash is one of the most toxic, but not the most. Because there are definitely worse ones than Smash, and that's saying a lot. Although I don't know if this is controversial for me to say. I think Smash fanbase is worse than Sonic.
Well, then I guess I should.
Huh?
I guess I should be thankful that all the fighting games I play are nobody knows about, so there is no fan base to worry about.
Kirby is so positive and nice to people, like when he devours their souls and murders them in cold blood.
Hey, their taxes were due.
Well, if Kirby's a tax collector, then he's definitely not innocent. It's mostly communities. Fighting game communities have an inclination towards this, simply not just fighting games, but especially competitive games in general. You see this with other ones like fucking League of Legends, where if you're playing a competitive game that takes itself remotely seriously, people get really fucking emotional about it. And like, you know, people will get really pissy just about what people do and how people are in that fighting game. Red, was the barrel at the end of this level? Or the coin?
I'm completely blanking on this one. I don't know what's going on. I saw a explosive barrel like on the other side of a wall. Forget how to get there. And then I accidentally get the warp barrel that takes me to the literal end. I thought I found it, like, I don't remember having an issue finding this one last time I played the game. It's because I'm streaming, of course.
Gamer's curse, how could?
This is what you get, Red, for playing a game you're not 100% familiar with.
I'm fairly familiar with it. I'm pretty familiar. It's just not as much as 1 and 2.
And yet you say it's better than 1. What a sham.
I mean, it is.
It's better than 1. Why, have you played 1?
Just... right. You must have been asleep when I mentioned how I hadn't had this game for the longest time.
You see, I just don't give a shit. Bitch.
So the moral of the story is Harain is a dick.
Always has been.
I should have known when I saw his name tag.
What's that supposed to mean?
It was just a penis.
My name tag's penis? What? When that happened? Who did it? Not me.
Sure as shit isn't me.
Actually, I think it's right up there, but I don't have Kitty right now. Fuck. Right, yeah, that was it. No checkpoint, I mean, go back to the beginning of the level. Yeah, if you couldn't get another Kong unless you found a TK Brawl, then I just wouldn't be able to get this secret.
Do you know how to do a kitty barrel roll, Ren?
Yep. It's also, you know, a neat ability that, you know, Kitty brings, but doesn't have much use. There's not a whole lot of opportunities where it's like, yeah, I'll use that.
So what you're saying is this game has bad level design.
Clearly.
So, what would this game play like if you took it, but put Mario from the original New Super Mario Bros. With access to his power-ups in it?
The best game ever.
Yo, imagine, like, Blue Shell in this game. You did it.
There, found it. Okay, that took longer than it should have. Ugh. Oh, this level. This one you're chased by, some kind of bugs. This level, I think this is a level that contains 2 of the 3 required uses of the water skip. And that was one of them.
I can't believe the red guy is such a fucking bitch.
No, you.
No, you.
No, you.
Well, the red guy is just harassing smaller channels.
Hey, IKG.
What?
What's this going on here?
He was
About-
harassing me.
Red called me a bitch!
No, you do know this is being recorded.
Yeah, and?
In front of a live studio audience.
Red called me a bitch!
You first.
Red, that's unacceptable behavior.
Yeah.
I'm canceling your channel
Yes,
right
but
now.
you still called me a bitch, though, even if I did it first. That doesn't change that.
Right. I lost Kitty, so I'm gonna need to play a level again just to be able to get the other required water skip.
Stream quality looks really great.
Generic Mario. You sound a lot better than last
Yeah,
time.
I was gonna say.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. It's a little straining, so I'm gonna try and keep it a little low, and therefore a little more nasally, but I'm glad that it sounds a little better.
Yeah, I mean, you're like a little stuffy, but that's about it. You sound very clear and
Oh, good.
Not dead.
awake.
Maybe it helps that I'm on my Yeti right now on my PC. But, yeah. I'm living, I'm medicated, I'm resting, For those watching, I have COVID right now, so yeah, it's just been a lot. I have my bottle of water, I ordered food, I got confirmed the positive again, so I emailed all my professors. I just told the whole world, basically, everybody, So it's just, yeah.
I have COVID.
I'm here to hang out and relax,
And possibly watch a movie after.
and after watch a movie. So yeah.
I feel like an idiot because I only just today discovered the fan-made ROM hacks of the Christian Whitehead Sonic 1 and 2 ports for PC. That lets you play an expanded version of the Christian Whitehead ports on PC.
I don't think I knew about this either. If that helps.
I just found out about it today and played through both of them. They play fantastically. They both have drop dash, that's fun.
Oh, good.
Also, I'll say this. Playing through Labyrinth Zone with the Elemental Shield, Drop Dash, Insta Shield, etc. Made Labyrinth Zone more fun than Marble.
Really?
Marble with the Fire Shield.
That's interesting.
Marble
makes
still has
sense,
slow
but-
sections. Yo, you know those stairs in Labyrinth Zone? It's like
which
really
zone?
steep staircases
Or-
that you have to jump up.
Is this like Act 3 or?
Act 3 definitely has that right before Eggman. I don't know if only Act 3, but
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
definitely...
I know what you mean. That kind of set piece.
Yeah, you can just use the bubble shield to bounce up that really fast.
Oh.
Because it's like the right height for the bubble shield bounce. It's fun. And then
That's so fun. Good on you for
Right-
experimenting.
right before the Eggman boss section in Labyrinth Zone, they give
Oh,
you...
Red.
Yeah.
I kind of did that on purpose because I need to beat the level faster anyway. Got all the secrets.
okay.
So.
That's fair.
One of the right before the Eggman boss in Labyrinth Zone, they give you access to a lightning shield if you want it, which I think is really cool. I was hoping they would do that because it's a really good risk reward because you have access to a bubble shield before that point, but right when you get to the boss, you can choose to swap it out for an electric shield that would let you climb really fast. But as soon as if the water catches up to you, that means you lose the electric shield.
Oh, that's right. That is actually really cool. Risk and reward.
Yeah,
You really have to try this out sometime.
and I was just like, oh
It's
my
like
god, that's
breathing
awesome.
whole new life into a game we've played a million times.
And that's goddamn Labyrinth Zone, you know? I was sitting there
Yeah.
enjoying Labyrinth Zone.
And not just the music.
Yeah, and it's just
I've
like...
always liked that piece, by the way.
No, I do. I like every piece in that game.
Yeah.
I think some people over-hate a few of them, but...
Yeah, I think people rag on Sonic's 1. Like, I have my issues with Sonic 1. I'm not, like, the biggest fan of Sonic 1.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think the soundtrack's really solid. There's not a single piece I don't think is good. I mean, the final zone is extremely repetitive, but that's probably the harshest thing I have to say
Yeah.
about the...
But you only hear it for, like, a few seconds.
Yeah. Well, like 2 minutes, but yeah. No, I think it's a
It gets replaced with the
fine
boss
soundtrack.
theme.
This is one of my favorite levels in DKC3, actually. I just really like the small challenges that they build on here with this concept. And you really have to do it right. You're not allowed to
That's
proceed until you
interesting.
get it. You know.
Because Geek Critique said that he thinks this is one of the worst levels in the game. And Geek Critique just made a very positive video on the game.
Oh, I haven't seen the video. No, I mean, it's a very unusual level. I can understand why you wouldn't like it, because it's very rigid. But I don't know, there's just something kind of... You know what it is? It has a very
didn't
Mario
dislike this
Maker
level.
feel to it. I don't know, just something about it has
Yeah,
a very...
I can see. Well, like what? Picking up objects and throwing them at dedicated targets to move on.
Well, it's that, but also just the very strict nature of like, okay, this is a challenge, and then this is a challenge. Like, I know it's funny. I'm basically praising it for not being like smoothly designed, but I don't know. I just appreciate it as a bit of a change of pace.
Also, that was a death I just had there.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that was
rough. It's okay though. I don't know.
But,
I think it's a fine level.
I didn't have a problem with this level. I'm just mentioning. Thought it was
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I like it. But this is a good example of how more out there the gimmicks of this game are in comparison to 2.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why I
There's
think
something people bring up a lot about DKC3, but I understand that, but I always say to those people, at the very least, Rare, when they made this game, they didn't decide to play it safe with the mechanics and just have it be a rehash. I'd much rather have this sort of, okay, that was a weird level gimmick, rather than, okay, this just feels like DKC2 again, which I don't think this game really does. So I think, I'm glad that they at least just kind of said, you know what, we're going to have original level themes no matter what it
The
takes.
gimmicks go too far.
Yeah.
But-
Even, and it does go too far sometimes, but
Well, I
I'm
said I
glad,
don't think
'cause-
it does generally, but
well, yeah, for the most part it doesn't, and I'm glad that they took some risks, because I don't know what people think, but I don't think this game's very safe. I don't think any of the DKC games are particularly safe. So,
okay, I am going to get up because it's time for dinner. I will be back a little
Yeah,
later.
you better run.
Fuck you.
I didn't know you cared.
Yeah. In terms of the game not being safe, I mean, they cut the previous two male main characters for the female character.
yeah, that's a big change right there.
I'm gonna need to replay the level again because I need Kitty to get up there.
Oh, you need yeah.
So I'm attempting to get 105% in this game. You know what that is?
I do. I've never done it, but
Yeah,
I do.
this will be the first time I'm doing it.
Oh boy.
It's not as
Look at
bad
the
as
balls
I
on this guy.
thought it was gonna be, because while there's only like 4 DK barrels in the entire game, if you enter a level without a Kong, it just gives you the other Kong.
Oh.
So, you know, if I replay the level, I'll have Kitty with me.
I've gotten all the DK coins, I've unlocked all the levels, but yeah. Still.
What? I hit you, stated.
That's annoying. I guess that's part of the challenge, though. Yeah. Gotta fall. It is very satisfying in these games to just jump into an enemy with the barrel and have it like explode, or just like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know, there's something very satisfying about that. Especially when something about Diddy, especially, I don't know what it is, but DKC2, I think it's the fact that he holds it in front of him. It's just kind of funny to see it go explode right in front of him, but he doesn't flinch.
Yeah.
I know it's a very, very specific thing, but it just, I find it so amusing.
Yeah. Here we have.
I guess that'd be true in DKC1 as well, but
Here, Perry the parallel bird.
there he is.
It's a pretty interesting challenge Perry has.
I like it. I like it. Nice.
Someone in chat asked Dog Hill Country Cartoon Red Review when. I actually am planning on covering that when I eventually talk about the DK games. But it's not going to be for a while. You know, the springtail, like, treblins are a bit deceptively tough to hit at times in this game. I don't know why, because, like, the equivalent in 2, I never really have much of an issue with, but sometimes these guys just, like, hit me anyway. so I mentioned it last stream, but I'm not gonna do the whole game in one stream, so this will be a probably a two-parter.
It is a pretty dense experience, for sure.
Yeah, as long as the fans get their money's worth, I don't think they'll complain.
Also means I don't have to worry about figuring out what game to play next week.
Monaco 6.
Nope.
Adventures of Batman and Robin.
Sly Cooper and the Devious Raccoons.
I mean,
You can't deny that'd be pretty fun.
it would, though. I'd rather wait till her age to play the game.
True. That's good.
Escape from Bug Island.
I'll never play that game again if I can help it. Okay. Got everything there. For full, 105% is you need to put in a code that basically makes turns the game into a hard mode where there aren't any checkpoints and there are only 4 DK barrels in the entire game. Although, as I found out, if you're missing a Kong and then just start a level, they'll give you the other Kong, so it's not as bad as it sounds. But yeah, beating the game like this will give you 105% on your file, as opposed to
Crazy.
103%, which is what it's usually like.
Yeah, that's the thing. I always say, oh, I have 100% of DKC3. And I'm like, well, actually, it's 103. And then people don't know are like, oh, so you got everything. I'm like, no, actually, there's 2 more percent.
Yeah.
So, it's weird. You can 100% DKC3, you can 103% it, and you can 105% it.
Yeah.
Now, getting all the secrets in this level took me a long time on my recent playthrough on Switch Online because I kept forgetting where it was, like where I had to go.
Yeah. I don't quite have all the bonuses memorized for this game, but I think they're generally easier to find than the previous games.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so. Definitely easier than 2. I think 2s are really obscure sometimes.
I mean,
But
one
always
also.
always fair, but still very obscure.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
this game never gets quite as obtuse as 1 or 2 can. Like, 1 has the bonus within a bonus, but then 2 also has the bonus on top of another bonus, like in the ghost house level where you're on the roller coaster, where you jump up to a track to get to a bonus, but then you have to jump over the bonus to get another bonus.
Yeah, I had to just straight up look that up in a guide.
Yeah.
In my YouTube recommended that the Paper Mario Sticker Star Ultimate Analysis is taunting me.
Gotta finish Super.
No.
Is there,
Also gotta beat COVID. There's a lot of things I have to do right.
well, obviously, that's, the priority.
And then school. Yeah, that's alright. All in due time. All in due time.
But, after, you've taken care of yourself and your work, any particular game you're aiming to play currently or next?
For me?
Yeah.
Well, Super's up there, really, because I will be going home in at least a few weeks from now. And, late July through mid-August, basically up to the next semester, I'll be in Europe on a wonderful trip. But so, I have to make sure what I want to have fun with, I kind of front load. So, yeah, I mean, looks like later in May, I'd like to resume Super since the Wii U will be accessible. I can get that set up again. I would also like to resume the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which there's a lot of hours left on that, a lot of cases, but I might give the priority to Super since it's definitely a shorter game. Aside from those two, which have always kind of been in my backlog, the Kirby and the Forgotten Land, as far as a new game goes, I'd definitely like to play this summer. So I think I'll just keep it to those three for now. I mean, there's a chance I might get to like Mother 3, I might play GoldenEye like we've talked about, but I think those three are going to be like my priority, I think.
Right.
So yeah.
And there are a few games I'm looking to play again, or yeah, mostly play again. We're actually finished this time. Really want to get back to playing Cursed Mountain, but I've already talked enough about that game.
Anyways, Neo, DK64 I'll probably do at some point, but I was thinking I'd probably take a break from DK after 3.
Mhm.
Yeah. Try something else.
Understandable.
You donkeyed out.
I mean, I totally could just play it any time. Not exactly burnt out.
Would you want to maybe stream, what is it? Actually, no, never mind. Oh, maybe you could stream, oh wow, that was so close. Banjo-Kazooie.
It would make sense to do that for DK.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to, I was just thinking like,
Well, that is
The
a
thing,
really
the
good-
thing I copped out of suggesting was going to be Star Fox Adventures, and then it's like, wait,
No.
no. Now, speaking of games I still have to play,
You're not
haven't-
missing anything.
I know, I've heard, but I have to play it. I'm a Star Fox fan. I like Rare, and I like Zelda, so on
I kid you,
paper,
I'll
I should
let
play.
you borrow my copy.
It's
I
okay. I
mean-
have it on my computer.
Yeah, you should play it on open.
Yeah, I will. It'll look pretty too, upscale. I can play it at 4K 60 FPS on my machine, so that'll be good. But we'll see how the
Much for
game
that
is.
game. It doesn't deserve that quality.
I mean, the game does look really pretty, like genuinely, on the hardware. It also runs at 60. But as for the gameplay and the story, I don't have very high expectations from what I've heard. But I like everything associated with that game, so it should
Yeah.
be good. I have heard a lot of people say it is Rare's worst game since working with Nintendo. So that's not very reassuring.
Well, and it starts out much better than it ends.
Yeah.
Because it's like they completely ran out of the budget or any idea of what they were actually doing by the end. And so the final bits of it are way worse.
Let me see. I really like Ellie. I think Ellie's one of my favorite animal buddies because I think she has just such interesting utility and she's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's
I
sad.
actually hope they would bring her back someday.
Yeah. It's kind of sad that, Ramby's not in the game, but Ramby was always a very simple animal buddy.
Yeah. Even then, it's kind of funny because there is one level in this game where you're basically forced to play as Ramby, if you know what I mean.
Just without a horn.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I love Ellie. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Screw it. She is my favorite animal buddy in the series.
Not a bad choice. My
What do you
favorite.
think your favorite is?
My favorites are I go in between Ratly and Squitter.
Ooh. Well, Squitter, again, amazing utility and level design. And Ratley's just really fun to control, so I can understand both of those.
Yeah.
Those are good choices. I don't know if there's any that I outright dislike. I mean, I'd have to think about it. Maybe potentially one of the lesser used, but I don't know. None of them really stick out to me as like really bad.
Yeah, I think by technicality, there's not really, doesn't really count. But that fish that lights up the water in that one level in DKC2.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Like, that doesn't really count, but, you know.
Right. It's like there's animal buddies and then there's like assistant animal buddies. Like there's
Yeah.
very much like two tiers of yeah, for sure.
At least Squawks, you know, managed to get redeemed into.
Oh, absolutely. And then demoted in the the retro games, but
Yeah.
oh well.
As much as I love the retro games, it is kind of sad that they didn't really do more with the animal buddies. I mean, I love what they did with Rambi, but it would have been nice. Especially Tropical Freeze adds in water levels, but doesn't have Guard.
I still disagree with you there because as much as Unguard would have been fun, I think the fact that the 3 partners for Donkey Kong all have specific abilities underwater more than makes up for that.
Yeah,
Like
I know.
if you want short bursts of speed, you can have Diddy. If you want a continuous, flowing sense of speed, you can have Dixie. And if you want to have an offensive ability, you have Cranky. So in a way, I know they just kind of split up the 3 attributes of Unguard, and you can definitely argue that's worse, absolutely. But I just like I don't know, I like the customization aspect of it, the variety.
Yeah.
It kind of broke down Unguard. But yeah. With Rambi's interesting because in Returns and Freeze, he's just very much a set piece.
Yeah.
He does not work the same way as he does in the originals. For better or worse, I mean, I'd say for better, but
Yeah, I definitely say that's Rambi at its best.
yeah, especially in Tropical Freeze, like forget the name of the level, but it's in the Bavarian world where like the mountain is being destroyed around you and you're just
Yeah.
like barreling forward as this Bavarian music plays. It's just such a great set piece. Oh, or like the tornado in the African world.
Yeah.
That was really great too. Yeah.
It's particular.
Also, I'm sorry if I sound uninterested. It's just the symptoms. I am interested.
It's fine.
I just sound really flat.
And I'm just making dinner.
Nice job. That's a hard one because if you fall in the water, you're basically done. So good job.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't mess up that bonus. Since you can't pick your way back up and you lose all your water.
Yeah.
Ellie's also, like, interesting in terms of, like, how many unique things they add to her. Because, like, you know, the animal buddies in the first game had exactly 1 function.
Mm-hmm.
But then 2, they added a secondary one. But then Ellie has, like she could pick up, you know, barrels. She could pick them up from a distance. She could suck up water
yeah.
and shoot them. And, like, she's also the only land animal buddy that can go in water, even though she can't go under the water.
Right. Yeah, you could argue that's 4 unique abilities for Ellie.
And then there's also the whole, I mean, it's only for like 1 level, or technically 2 if we want to count Stampede Sprint, but, you know, the whole being afraid of mice.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It's like, they put a lot on this one animal buddy.
That's what I'm saying. They put so much effort into this character. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
And I would definitely not say she was underutilized. No. I would not say that at all. But I would say there's definitely more room to bring her back and do more. Because she's just so interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
I used to be a little mixed on her, mostly because I was missing Rambi, but the more I played the game, I realized they do a lot of good stuff with her.
Yeah.
May not be quite as satisfied as just charging through a bunch of enemies, but, you know. probably the most complex animal buddy.
Oh, definitely. Squidder's up there too. I again really like what they get out of that character.
Yeah.
I think Squidder would be my number 2 animal buddy. Really like Squidder. Even though I hate spiders. I'll allow it for him.
It's kind of funny because like I really hate spiders, but like, you know, cartoonish spiders, you know, are fine for me. But even some realistic looking ones like, you know, Shelob in Lord of the Rings don't bother me.
Oh, really? Okay. For me, if they are fictional but are realistic, that is a problem. So like Squidder, totally fine, but Armagoma from Twilight Princess, oh no. Even
Yeah.
Twilight Princess HD, I was 15 years old, and I was like, I can't do it. Like, I'm like barely looking at the screen. I hate it.
Arachnophobes.
It's like I don't know. Like Shelob's never bothered me. Armagoma's never bothered me. But like if I see a
Good for you.
small spider in the corner of my room, that's like. Ugh.
You know what? If they're small, I'm starting to get better. I can tolerate them. If they're small and they're just like in the room, like I'm okay. But yeah, Armagoma, no.
I'll refuse to stay in the room if there's a spider.
I'm gonna name people on stream without their consent, but I have a friend used to talk a lot more too, and there have been many times in calls, especially during the summer, where just immediately goes running out of the room or something because Spider was there. Really bad arachnophobia.
Yeah.
I don't know how
it.
it's happening, but a lot of friends I have online are arachnophobes.
Spiders are scary.
This spider's
They're
fine.
just
He looks-
friends.
He looks cartoon enough. This guy's fine.
Yeah. I mentioned
Boss fight too.
yeah. I mentioned during the first boss that I don't really care too much for this game's bosses, but this guy's an exception.
Yeah, he's pretty darn good. I mean, yeah, the bosses are kind of,
The
but-
bosses are a mixed bag. I think the wall boss with Ellie is mostly good.
It's a neat concept, but once you like it's really easy.
I don't mind the Squawks one in the Beehive either. I think it's a pretty interesting challenge.
That's 2, but yeah.
Oh shoot, you're right. That's the wrong game.
I don't know what you're talking about. You just stand in the corner and shoot him and he dies.
Like, you didn't see that, but when Harain played that game, he stayed in the starting area, constantly shot, and eventually won. It was stupid.
Wow, I didn't know that would work. Oh, also Dark Cloak 100. Yes, if you ever have the opportunity to play Twilight Princess, you absolutely should. It's a phenomenal game. Hopefully they'll bring it to Switch.
Twilight Princess is a decent game.
You know what, Harain? I'm gonna delete your account.
You know what? I don't mind tangents in these streams, but please don't get in a big argument over that.
I wasn't gonna start an argument. I was just gonna be right.
debate. No. So let's debate Ilya's character, our favorite subject matter.
I don't have a problem with Ilya's character. I have a problem with her character model in Twilight Princess HD.
Okay.
Alright. So now that we got that patch from the spider,
Honestly, it's really just her face.
get a new
Oh yeah. Someone in the chat, where's the Sticker Star HD port, Nintendo?
That'll be the day.
Here's my stance on a Sticker Star HD.
How about a Color Splash port instead? Oh wait, it's
Well-
already in HD. Never mind.
Here's my thoughts on a Sticker Star port. I think it would be...
Don't they dare fucking do it before 1,000-year door.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Don't do it before the
That'd be so
first
funny.
3 games.
The
Well, if-
backlash to that would be, I mean, it'd be justified, but it'd be hilarious as well.
Like, if the first 3 Paper Mario games are on Switch, then I could say, fine, do it. Whatever. But if
I smell
64,
a collection
which is there,
opportunity.
64 is there with the fucking expansion pack, but if 1,000 Year Door and Super aren't on Switch, and then they put Sticker Star on there, literally fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, I could see the
Like, I
argument
laugh,
of doing
but
it
the
before
outrage would be
Color Splash, 'cause you
completely
can vote
justified.
first.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. I think games deserve preservation, even Sticker Star, but it does not deserve preservation more than Thousand Year Door.
A lot of people would agree that even though Super has different gameplay to Thousand Year Door and the original, those games do form a bit of a trilogy in a lot of
Yeah.
ways, and I think that'd be a totally fine HD collection you could release for like
Well,
40, 50 bucks.
That's something I've been saying, is right now Paper Mario genuinely is two trilogies with a lot of parallel, where the first two entries of both trilogies are very similar, and the third one
And the
is
third, yeah.
very obviously made by the same team, but with different structure.
Right. Yeah, you could definitely say that about the most recent three too. Yeah. So
Because Origami King is definitely a modern Paper Mario game. It is definitely of the ilk of Color Splash and Sticker Star, but it doesn't play like those games.
right.
It's different. Well, again, to be fair, Nintendo just re-released the original Paper Mario.
True.
And they did make an advertising point of it. But for some reason, the original game has always been easy for them to port, and hell, on the Wii U, they did put Super there. It's just Thousand Year Door.
And the Wii U was the way I was able to play the original all the way through. So yeah, I have that on Virtual Console. That was my way of getting into Paper Mario, because as we know, Sticker Star didn't really interest me.
Honestly, like, it just feels like Nintendo for a long time has had this really fucking obnoxious relationship with the GameCube library. Because, like,
I don't
how
know
many...
why either. Why are they so scared of the GameCube? Like, it's not like 2006 anymore. It's not like, oh, we got abandoned ship. The console failed.
Let's even like, the GameCube did... But first of all, the Wii U did far worse. And they love their Wii U ports.
But also, like, they have to know the nostalgia for GameCube is high.
Well, they do. They know that. They absolutely do, because they've marketed on that a
everybody
number
flipped out that Sunshine was on 3D All-Stars, and rightfully so, because it's great. It was great to have that again. You know what I mean?
Like,
Melee
okay,
is still beloved. Double
how many
Dash
GameCube
is a
games
lot
has
of people's
Nintendo
favorite
genuinely
parts.
re-released? Like, they re-released Wind Waker on Wii U. They re-released Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS.
Twilight Princess on Wii U as well.
They briefly re-released with Sunshine with 3D All-Stars, and then took it away.
Yep.
Like,
So 2 Zelda games,
that's
a Mario
4
game.
games.
What was the other one?
Luigi's Mansion on 3DS.
Ah, right. Okay. That's it. Yeah, I think that's it.
There might be something, but I'm not remembering anything. And, like, why?
I don't count like RE4, you know.
Well, yeah, no, those aren't Nintendo.
Yeah. So I think that's it.
Like,
As much as I really don't like the online,
Super Monkey Ball's not
service, adding
Nintendo
GameCube
either.
games would be kind of neat. Or better yet, you can put them on the eShop. That'd be better.
okay, they did re-release Jungle Beat, Pikmin 1 and 2. Power Tennis was... Well, I don't know about Power Tennis.
Well,
But I know
yes,
Jungle
they
Beat,
were,
Pikmin 1 and
they
2
were
were
all
the Wii
re-released,
versions.
but they were re-released on Wii, so not anytime recently.
Well, no, they did that on Wii U with the Wii versions.
Oh, true.
So, you could say that. They did re-release those GameCube games, but just like Twilight Princess, it almost feels like, well, I mean, they were Wii games. And you could say that about Prime 1 and 2, with Trilogy on Wii U.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to ignore that, because it is important that they brought them back on Wii U, but if we think about present day with the Switch, then only GameCube game available was temporarily Super Mario Sunshine, and that's it.
And then they took it down.
Think about that. In a way, it's almost worse than there being none at all. There's something
yes,
kind
it
of
was
funny
also
about that.
insulting that the only Wii, with the exception of Wind Waker, on the Wii U, there was not a single GameCube game that made it on the system if it wasn't on Wii.
Right. Yeah. That was really bizarre.
Like, why?
Because Nintendo doing what Nintendo does.
Well, yeah, they complain about piracy, but, like, sell the games!
Yeah, but they don't. Right, they don't release products or services that rival anything.
Not even rival, they just don't release products. They just don't do it.
There's a reason I still don't have the Genesis N64 expansion pack, because as cool as it would be to have these games, on the system.
price
There's a lot of
point.
problems with it.
Ugh.
The control options are not good, and the price is just terrible.
The price is the deal breaker for me because
stand
the
by.
games are being improved, and like the controls, you can remap the N64 ones through the Switch's fucking main menu, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
I know. Those are problematic, but at least aren't, like...
Well, I stand by. You're honestly better off just buying the original N64 or Genesis cartridge of the games you want to play.
Or you get the Genesis collection that's already on Switch.
The Genesis games I want to play aren't on it, so it's...
They're not on the online service either.
And really, just emulation just looks so attractive. Like as Norel points out in his videos, like emulation's very attractive.
You
when
can't treat
Nintendo
it like
doesn't
it's not
offer anything.
there. And as people need to remember, emulation isn't piracy. There is a line there.
There's a difference.
Emulation is not an illegitimate or illegal way of playing games.
Emulation can be illegal, but not always.
Well, even then, it's not the emulation part of it that's illegal. That's just you pirated the ROM.
Right,
If you
you're right,
pirate a-
you're right. That's
Like, if you pirate a
confusing,
ROM and
but-
put it on a modded Wii, that's the same thing.
Right.
So I could say, yeah, I played Super Mario Sunshine on my legit Nintendo Wii. But that doesn't mean I got Super Mario Sunshine legally. Like,
Yeah.
it.
I hope I don't
emulation is
incriminate
just,
myself
you
on
know,
Red Stream, but I, for example, have pirated Super Mario Sunshine in my life. I have done that.
Oh no, time to go to jail.
So, don't turn
Open
me
up,
in.
IKG, this is the police.
No.
Okay.
You see, that's
But like,
the
I'll
thing.
be honest. But my point is, I'll be honest. That was piracy. Like that was piracy.
Okay, I want
Yeah,
to point something out first. So, here's a prime example of why I think the DK coins are done worse because they have to be held by these guys. They can't be underwater, so every water level will end like this, with
Right,
it at the
and-
end.
Yeah. It's very anticlimactic. It's just sitting here. It's like there's no challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you will know for every time you play a water level that the coin is going to be at the very
Yeah,
end.
what if they had a challenge in a water level where, like, you had to go out of the water and get a barrel across a gap of water without losing it to get it?
Yeah, that could
They
be
could
interesting.
actually make that interesting. Taking advantage of being in water. But yeah, no, I don't understand why Nintendo would have a problem with the GameCube because it sold poorly. Because again, they don't have any issue with the Wii U. Which sold worse.
I mean, one could probably argue that it'd be easier just to port those over because hardware might not as drastic of a difference. Plus,
No, the hardware would be just about as different between
okay,
those two.
never mind then.
Because the Wii U is the same core architecture as the GameCube. But it'd probably be more difficult simply because it's, more powerful, so if something's not working properly, you have less of a performance gap to worry about with the GameCube. It's easier to brute force it.
I mean, it's just
That
'cause-
said, I could be mistaken because Wii U games use more modern renderers, fine, but I don't know how compatible that is with the Switch. Again, that's outside my knowledge. But it's...
I think the biggest point is, Nintendo, you need to remaster or re-release the Virtual Boy games.
If they do that before GameCube, I'm gonna fucking kill them.
Well, damn.
Look, the Virtual Boy has like one game worth a damn, and I'm not trying to take that away from it, but if they seriously are less afraid of the Virtual Boy than the GameCube, I don't know what to say about that. Oh no, I want to be clear. It's not that there's a problem with porting Wii U games. I'm just saying there's no reason GameCube games would be hard to port. Don't mistake that. And the reason 3D World runs faster in general, and that's not in terms of frame rate, that's just in terms of literal movement speed, is because they actively did a ton of work to rework that game. They didn't just do a straight port. Yeah, and they ported Mario Sunshine with a GameCube emulator that they made and only used for a game that is no longer available. They easily could just reuse that emulator, tweak it for whatever game they're putting it on to make sure the settings work, but shit, dude. There's nothing stopping them. This is artificial scarcity. Nintendo is intentionally withholding something they could be selling because by withholding it, it gets the impression that it's worth more. It's the Disney tactic. I fucking hate it. Except with GameCube, they don't eventually release it like they do with everything else. They just don't. It sits there, waiting. Like, I know why they put Wii games on the Wii U and didn't put GameCube. It was easier. They already ran, so you just had to put the ROM there and boot it into Wii mode, and there was no work needed to be done. But there was barely more work that needed to be done for GameCube. And it was really it was really fucking annoying that every Nintendo home console was available on the Wii U except for the GameCube. This is a real game. It's DKC number 3, Waluigi number 1.
Surely would have heard about this game by this point.
Or he's one of those people who's willfully ignorant of DKC 3 and intentionally wants to pretend it doesn't exist.
Look, I'm not fond of Kiddy Kong either, but he's not that bad.
Hashtag not my Kong.
Ugh.
Oh, damn it. Lost Perry. And Kitty. And I guess Kitty, but whatever.
Oh no, Kitty. Anyway. Well, there you go. Now you know Waluigi number 1. This is Donkey Kong Country 3.
Okay, that was a funny way to die there.
Nice.
To play the level from the beginning.
DKC3 is better than the first one.
I like how on these cliffside levels there's an echo, like when you defeat an enemy.
So, somewhat recently I actually learned how transparency works on the Super Nintendo. It's interesting. There isn't actually true transparency on the Super Nintendo, but it does have the limited ability with a certain background layer to filter an exact 50% match of that color and whatever's behind it. Which makes it very restrictive, but technically a form of transparency. But that also means that it has a much more cost-effective and consistently usable way of doing transparency than the Sega Saturn does. So, that's fun. I always found that funny, that there's far more Super Nintendo games with transparency than the Sega Saturn. Also, Red, consider the transparency in a level like this, and then consider the water levels in Mario World where they have dithering on the water. Like, you cannot convince me that they couldn't have made those levels work just by using the actual transparency effect built into the system. Because those levels aren't complicated.
Yeah. I mean, we are comparing the launch title with a late game, but yeah.
Yeah, but also, again, Super Castlevania 4 exists.
Yes.
The game that invalidates Super Mario World having excuses. And also, Nintendo designed the system with that functionality as a pre-built measure. You would think they'd know they could do that, right?
I think Miyamoto himself said that they were really lowballing a lot of Super Mario World's technical aspects.
Well, they did that with almost every launch title with Mario. Until, like, the GameCube, you know?
Lost Perry Kitty the exact same way, goddammit.
Well, there is no Donkey Kong Country 4, officially. There is, like, a fan game, I think, that has that name. But there is Donkey Kong Country Returns, which is the 4th Donkey Kong Country game.
Yeah.
So
It does kind of bother me when people don't acknowledge that.
To be fair, it's not as bad as Where's Super Mario Bros. 4, but people usually say that as a joke. Because that one literally exists. Fun fact for those of you who don't know, in Japan, Super Mario World goes by the title Super Mario Bros. 4 Super Mario World.
So if anyone's asking, where's Mario 4? It's right there. You should be asking, where's Mario 5?
True, it's Yoshi's Island. Fight me.
Wow. That's a bit of a weird case.
Look, all I'm saying, okay, is that Yoshi's Island DS is Super Mario Bros. 7.
Hmm.
Or, well, not 7, 6. 7 is New Island. I'm sorry. There are 7 new Super Mario Bros. Games, and the 7th one is Yoshi's New Island. Anyway, the point being, also there are, in terms of numbered games, 6 Mario Land games, with the 6th one being Wario Land 4. Rue, where is Mario 5 through 63? Except there is a 63, it's a fan game. Go play it, it's really good.
Okay, then through 62.
If Nintendo releases a game called Super Mario 63, I think they should sue.
You don't own the property. How can you sue them? What case do you think you have?
Someone needs to tell that to YouTube.
Bro, this game has existed for so much longer that it's literally got a fucking advertisement to vote for Obama in it.
Obama.
Still think that's really funny. You're walking around Peach's castle, go talk to a toad, and one of them's going, Obama! Obama!
Who's Obama?
Thanks, Obama.
He's a Mortal Kombat character.
Hey, Luigi, do you know Obama's last name?
Yeah. But I can't say it on here because I'll get the channel demonetized.
Oh, come on, Luigi.
No, it's racist.
Wait a second.
The plot thickens.
Well, yeah, but if you want to talk about things like, oh, if you count this or that, you get a different number, you could go crazy with that. Like, is Donkey Kong Country Returns the 5th DKC game? Or 4th, I mean? When there are 3 DK Land games and also Donkey Kong 64? Do those count to the Country series or no? And do they contribute to the numbered entries?
That coin is
Need a
little
fire
bit of
group full.
challenge.
Or fire group full. But
This one's hard.
gonna once again shill Super Mario 63. Do it. Play it. Good game. It is the only example I am convinced on is a 2D collectathon. Also, Donkey Kong Land is a series of Game Boy titles, original Game Boy, where they're 2D Donkey Kong platformers that released alongside the Country games. They were also made by Rare.
2 and 3 are basically just Game Boy versions of Country 2 and 3, but Land 1 is its own unique thing.
I mean,
It still has amazing music.
Well, the Land 2 and 3 are, like, they have different level design, but you know.
And Land 2 has amazing music.
It's not better than Country 2.
Yes, it is.
No.
Ben, you're just wrong.
No, I'm not. This is one of the few times I'm right. Wait.
No.
IKG,
Yeah.
what's your stance? What is a better soundtrack, Land 2 or Country 2?
I've never heard Land 2 soundtrack, but
Imagine Country 2 soundtrack, but Game Boy.
No, thank you.
It's better.
I highly doubt it.
It's not.
Like, I mean, they're fine Game Boy versions of the tracks, but like,
That's exactly what I want from Sticker Brush Symphony. Is no instrument depth at all.
Yeah, I haven't really talked too much about the music in this, or I still say, you know, 2 has the best soundtrack of these of the first 3. But 3 is pretty good. What do you think, Orain?
3 soundtrack. I think that it's the only element I can think of that I would confidently say, or maybe not literally the only, but pretty much the only element I would confidently say I think 1 does better.
Oh, really?
But that's the thing is, this game still has more variety than 1, though. Especially when you factor in the cave levels.
Yeah. 1 is also a lot more atmospheric.
Well, yeah, I also really like the atmospheric pieces. But are the Donkey Kong Land games good, Red?
Land 2 and 3 are pretty good. Land 1 sucks.
Oh.
It's got, yeah, quite a few problems.
Red
That
was a little
screen
upset because he
crunch.
played a Donkey Kong Country game in quotes that he didn't like.
That screen crunch.
The biggest issue is just the controls aren't that good. Which is
Have you seen the original Donkey Kong Land, IKG? IKG?
We lost him.
Can't believe it.
He's dead, Jim.
But anyways, so yeah, Land 1, the controls just aren't that great. Like, Land 2 and 3 kind of mimic the Super Nintendo games, the controls, like, really well, where there's, like, hardly a difference. Which I think is the main thing that, you know, makes those games surprisingly good compared to Land 1. But Land 1 also has, like, some other weird issues.
Try telling me if you can see very well what's going on.
No, I really can't.
Yeah, Land 2 and 3 use lighter colors for the background. Land 1 doesn't. Land 1 makes the background, which is high detail, use a lot of the same colors as the foreground objects. So they end up blending a lot together. Some levels are better than others, but it's bad. You really can't see what's going on.
Yeah, some other, like, weird things about it, like, so, in the Land games, you don't have the 2 Kongs out at, you know, the same time. It's only 1. You
Save on them sprites.
Yeah, you can still swap between them if you have them, but in Land 2 and 3, and even the Game Boy Color version of Country 1, when you swap them, it's sort of instant, where, like, you know, it just swaps them on the spot. or like even the same when you get hit. But in land one, if you get hit, it does. The other Kong appears differently. Like they sort of appear in a tornado, but it goes to the closest piece of land that to where you lost to the other Kong. So like, if I was jumping over this pit or whatever, and I got hit, I would spawn as the other Kong like over here instead of in the same place I got hit.
Oh, okay.
That brings an issue if there's no land on screen. If there's no land on screen, you just die instantly as if you didn't have an extra Kong. Which, is really annoying.
Barrel cannons.
Yeah, and then of course, you couldn't. The only way to save the game was to get all the Kong letters in a level. So, if you missed them and you're low on lives,
This sounds terrible.
What?
Donkey Kong Land is ass. I mean, the best one. Wait.
no. Like,
Honestly, why would you play Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze when you can play Donkey Kong Land?
Because you need something less powerful to run it.
You got this, Red. Slow gather those stars.
yeah. Slow and steady.
It's okay, Rocky.
It's okay, Rocky. Take your time.
I mean, I did, didn't I?
So did Rocky.
Yeah.
And Batman would have done it with 4 seconds left.
Well, the Asian's predicament.
Man, how are you gonna win the race if you're not gonna run? Don't worry, Robin. I have a plan. Pulls out a rifle. Going to take out the competition, Robin.
But I thought you were against killing.
Oh, I'm not killing them. These bullets cause cardiac arrest. Their heart kills them.
But won't that kill them?
Their heart does. I didn't.
But you caused it.
This is based on Hitman logic.
Robin, do you remember when we were on that train that we rigged? It had a bunch of the Riddler's drugs on it. We rigged it to go run into an end of a line and explode, stopping the operation. You realize there were people on that train, right?
But I thought
They were nuked. We beat them up there. We left them unconscious on the train.
They're dead, Robin.
What do you think happened to them? Now, Robin, did you kill those mooks? Or did you beat them up, knock them unconscious, and then they failed to get off the exploding train? I'll let you answer that one for yourself. I know my answer.
Do you sleep at night?
'Cause I didn't kill anyone.
My hands are clean. My conscience is clean.
Anyway, point is, I'm not killing them by shooting them. I'm shooting them, sending them into cardiac arrest, and their heart kills them.
That's
Well,
biology.
if that's how you're gonna justify it, then why don't you just use a bullet? You're not shooting them, the gun is.
Well, I use the gun. The gun doesn't shoot itself. The heart does, stop itself from being running.
You're still causing it to do that.
No, it's indirect because I do something to the heart, and then the heart does something to them. They could just not die. Ultimately, if you think about it, it's their fault.
That's just science.
But Batman, when you shoot somebody, they usually die from bleeding out. Not from the bullet. Oh, well that changes everything. You're right, Robin. I can just shoot up people. Wait.
What, we're done? Anyways, that was an example of a coin that you only have one chance to get, because the kegs respawn, except if you cause them to appear through an animal buddy. Then you only get one shot.
If you want.
Yeah.
Oh, here's another one where the prime example of how out there some of the gimmicks are in this game is this fish is following you.
Yeah.
And he'll get hungry after a while. And if he gets too hungry, he'll attack you. So you need to like line him up with the fish. But he doesn't like urchins though. Or whatever those things are.
It's a clam!
No. Honestly, urchin might be what it's supposed to be.
What the name of the enemy is.
And Ben, have you seen shellfish?
Possibly.
Because that's not a clam.
Okay,
That-
oyster.
It's not an oyster!
Ben,
No!
It's kind of a weird bonus game because it's like really simple. You'd think there'd be a little more to it, like some kind of obstacle.
yeah, it is really straightforward. Also, Ben, you act like you've seen Die Another Day. We haven't started the movie yet. Why are you going brain crazy?
Yes!
Have you been listening to the Madonna song?
Oh, sweet baby Jesus, no.
Well, it sounds like you might
Maybe
have.
Jesus. Ben.
You know, we have to hear some of it tonight, so... I mean, it's in the movie.
It is, and I hate it.
I'm actually kind of scared now that, like, it's becoming a reality that I'm gonna watch this movie.
It's a good movie, and yeah, I'm willing to die on that hill.
I hope I
Willing
think
to
so.
Die another day.
Yeah, you're gonna die another day? Not today.
Well,
Rain,
we
Red, are you
still
gonna
got-
stick around to watch it with us?
I don't think so.
No?
so-
Oh.
I haven't watched literally any of the other Bond films. I don't think I'm gonna start right now here.
Okay, that's good. That's a good point. This is not a good starting point because, yeah. Red, are you gonna? Well, you've already seen it, but I don't know. You're welcome to if you would like to see it. It's okay if it's just Ben and I. We just wanted to extend the invite to everybody.
Red's focusing on keeping this fish fed, I guess.
It is a pretty stressful level. It is.
A bit
Tony
disappointing.
dead? Oh boy, he's getting angry. And then I just run into a normal fish.
Oh jeez.
Good job, Red.
You're on thin ice. Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, after he killed Kitty.
Where we're going, we don't need Kitty.
Did you hear what he's doing for this playthrough, IKG? I just realized because
Yeah.
joined after.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Tell
think
me while you're eating dinner.
you'd think, this fish would realize he doesn't like those urchin things and would stop eating them.
He's taking your advice. He's blind.
You're his seeing eye monkey.
How does things survive without me?
He was very grateful to see you come.
I see what you did there.
Did I do anything there, or are you just dirty?
I wasn't even talking about that last part. But you said he saw you.
Oh, well, yeah. Haha, blind joke. So Ben, what's your opinion on bacon?
I'm actually not a fan.
False American.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I need both Kongs to get the coin.
Get buggity bug.
I think I had the same problem in my recent playthrough. I got here and I was like, well, I have no means of getting up there by myself.
Guess I'll die.
Dixie raises the
Another
white
day.
flag of surrender.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, made that one too easy.
God damn it, that took me until now to realize what you were doing. Well played.
Thank you.
The exclamation point is for the bonuses, and the yellow flag is for the DK coin, right?
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll be right back to it.
They're gone, we can talk shit about them.
Man, who likes the Game Boy soundtrack of 2?
Ben. That's the answer. Ben does. Yeah. One of these days I need to actually play through the Sonic Master System Game Gear games.
And what about the Game Gear versions?
I said Master System / Game Gear, and when preferable, I'd rather play the Master System versions? Not when preferable, when available. Excuse me.
What, you don't like Screen Crunch?
No, not really. From what I've heard about Sonic 2, I'd rather play it with as accommodating of a means as possible. Fun fact though, the Game Gear is actually a more capable system than the Master System, but lower resolution. So smaller screen space. Also, fun fact, did you know that despite being better than the NES in almost every way, with a few exceptions, but almost every way, the NES was definitively better than the Master System when it came to sound?
Oh. I mean,
Master System had a significantly worse sound processor. In terms, it just couldn't do nearly as much as the sound chip on the NES.
I mean, I don't really know much of how Master System games sound, so...
It's much lower quality 8-bit with less instruments and tools available to them, and no samples, because the NES has samples as an option. Wait, can you do that by roll jumping on the water? Probably not, but, you know.
Even if I could, I had Dixie when I...
Well, I know, but you said, need a Kong, and I'm just curious if, theoretically, you would only need one if you just brought Kitty instead.
Yeah, maybe. It's just squirt. It's a wall. It does one thing.
I did say that I think this boss is decent. However, I think it's fucking disturbing.
It's a little strange.
Especially the pre-rendered, like the renders of it.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah, the renders for like the bosses are kind of creepy looking for this game. Like you see like Bleak with like his bloodshot eyes. Also, they made this guy a lot harder in the Game Boy Advance version.
Did they know?
Okay, maybe not a lot, but like he does more than just that. Like he does different patterns. He'll like shoot 2 streams at once, I think.
Are you fighting a tree?
A wall.
No, he's fighting a wall.
Oh, yes.
Alright, well.
He fought a wall.
He killed a wall.
He reviewed the wall. Wait.
No thanks.
Still did better than Nostalgia Critic.
That's right, baby. Red reviews the wall.
No.
Here it comes.
Alright,
He's
so
doing
it.
Because he's such a big...
Canceling the Paper Mario marathon. Review the wall.
Anyways.
Because he's such a huge Pink Floyd fan.
So that's 3 worlds down. There's Mykonos here, which this world being named Mykonos also kind of gives to the whole mechanical thing with the Kremlins that they don't show. But I think I might do Mykonos and then that'll be it. 'Cause how many other worlds are there? I know there's K3, the snow area. There's another water area. And then there's the one with the ski lifts. Or no. That is the water one, I think. There's at least 3 and then Lost World over here, so.
Ugh.
Yeah, man.
There's Krematoa, Chaos Core, K3, Pacifica, Cotton Top Cove, Mechanos, Razor Ridge, and Lake Orangatanga.
Yeah.
Banana Slammer.
So you've done Lake Orangatanga, Cotton Top Cove, and fuck else was it?
I haven't memorized the names of all these places. The one that had squirt in it.
Oh no, Pacifica is exclusive to the Game Boy Advance version.
Yeah.
That's why it didn't look familiar to me. But I think it's missing a world on this little list here. Yeah, Kremlin Forest wasn't on that page for some reason. You did Kremlin Forest. So there's 8 worlds. You've done 3 of them.
And this will be the 4th one.
This will be about as long as your DKC1 stream was. Probably. When you're done with this world.
Yeah. Or like 2 hours, 19 minutes at the moment.
Yeah. and your DKC1 stream was nearly 3 hours after all of the setup and in-between stuff combined.
Impressive. Most impressive.
Not that the game took me 3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 hours, 58 minutes. Luigi's Mansion was a slightly longer stream than DKC2.
Yeah.
Also, it took us longer to play Fair Square and Windmillville than DKC1. I wonder how many Metroid games I could have beaten in this time frame.
The Prime trilogy.
Okay, probably not the Prime games.
Other M.
Cutscenes themselves would be longer.
I could have done, like, a lot of the 2D games, is more my point. My personal best for Super Metroid's about an hour and a half. Which isn't very high as far as, actual speedrunners go. But I'm pretty happy with it.
Maybe that should be your calling in life, Rain.
Being not a very good Super Metroid speedrunner?
Yes.
I've always wanted to be a mediocre speedrunner.
Taking twice as long as the world record to beat the game, hell yeah.
Hey, gotta start somewhere.
The greater purpose in life is to speedrun Wii Fit.
Speedrunning Wii Fit, but your BMI is terrible. From start to finish.
That's not fair. I'm not doing that challenge. Woof woof.
Also, here's the question. Also, Red, your dog's definitely coming through.
I'll shut the fucking window.
He doesn't even have a dog.
Which is why I heard a dog and his mic was glowing.
There's such a thing as a window, and I had it open.
How dare you live around other people?
Yeah.
People should only be allowed to live in completely rural areas.
Isolated from everyone around.
If your house is 100 feet from another house, you're going to jail.
Well, then I guess my entire state's going to jail.
Well, your state deserves to go to jail.
Well, damn.
Whoa.
What do you have against the superior state?
You couldn't even say that with a straight face.
I'm laughing, but more because of the whole conversation.
Sure.
Tell me, what is so superior about your state?
You've got the best of both New York and Pennsylvania.
You mean the worst?
I don't know. Pizza's pretty good.
I doubt it's as good as New York pizza. And even then, New York pizza. Some of my friends actually, somewhat recently, you know, they were on college break, right? A lot of them were, you know, in college upstate. I was talking to one of them, and he was like, talking about how nice it was to have like real pizza again coming down here instead of being in upstate. I thought it was interesting. I didn't know that the pizza was so isolated that even going to a different part of the state from New York City was too far. I'm close enough to, you know, have the benefit of nice pizza. But I guess that upstate's too far.
Alright, here we go. First toboggan level.
Darkcloak asks you, what is your favorite DKC enemy?
I don't know.
You don't know? How could you?
Maybe the Cutlass from 2.
Oh, I think
Is-
it's I wish the DKC games had more screen space, but I think that the whole like rail switching thing with the toboggan is neat.
Yeah, it's weird that this is the first one, because considering the second one is a more standard level.
Also, the first toboggan level is in a sewer.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It's a toboggan.
It's so stinky.
And honestly, it is weird that they start off with a twist on the toboggan mechanics as your first exposure to them.
Yeah. Oh, damn it, missed the bonus.
Yeah, I can't believe Red sucks.
Jump.
Welcome to no bonus stage.
Yeah, might as well just finish the level.
I have the problem where every time I hear the DKC2 bonus stage theme, I think of the completions.
But hey, I did that level without getting hit.
But you missed the bonus.
Jump.
Doesn't
Here's the
matter.
bonus.
Can't believe you missed the bonus. You know, do you think Red's a fake DKC fan?
I do.
Hmm.
After watching that, where he missed the bonus, yeah.
Just
Just think I know.
ruined it. Meanwhile, I never fail a special stage in Sonic 2.
Never. Definitely didn't, witness a bunch of that happening earlier before the stream
No,
started.
you did it.
You know, I never miss a time stone in Sonic CD. Slowly sweats in the corner of my face. Never I could you. Nope.
Oh, never. I get Supersonic and Emerald Hill every time.
I never present the wrong evidence in Ace Attorney.
I play games good.
I never fail puzzles in Professor Layton, right?
You know, I think I've seen you fail a puzzle in Professor Layton.
Alright. Now you know, okay, alright. Well,
I haven't seen you play Ace Attorney, but I've seen you play Professor Layton a couple of times.
I know.
Them fighting words.
in.
Damn. But Red does.
Ooh, and there they died. The end.
I think it was pretty close to where was it? Forgot the exact location of it.
Everyone died. The end.
It's a little harder to judge exactly where it is when you don't have a checkpoint, because I'm used to spawning closer to it.
I never use fairies in Zelda games, though.
I've seen you use fairies in Zelda games.
What? Never.
Yeah,
Doesn't happen.
caught you red-handed.
Why do you have red in your hands?
That's pretty gay.
Hey, you said it.
I didn't.
What are the implications of that?
I mean, having you in his hands? Come on.
That's hot.
KG, you have a transmutable disease.
What?
You have a transmutable disease.
I'm not doing anything. Yeah, but I'm just sitting here.
I'm warning you. You said it's hot. You
It
said
is hot.
You said you have it in your hand.
I didn't say I did, and also I'm heterosexual, so
Ugh.
sorry.
Oh, rips all rage.
But if
Sorry,
she has
man.
me in her
Looks like you're alone on
hands,
that one.
then
Ooh.
what?
I don't know.
You heard me. Oh,
Ben's
this is
just
a good
upset because I accept his sexuality for what it is. He has really bad internalized homophobia. He gets like really upset about it.
Toby Tucker Carlson?
I have money.
You know, I could make another joke that would get Red demonetized.
Please don't.
Nice. Way to look out for your friend.
Anyways.
I didn't say it. Who is your guy's favorite brother bear?
Boomer. I don't know. Never really put a whole lot of thought in it. If I'm
I'll
being
have to
honest.
think about that one.
There's some really entertaining ones. The one who you piss off enough that he fucking shakes the woods and shit just because you beat his time.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
funny. The guy who's just like, hey, you'll never find the secret world, gives you hint.
You know, Darklove brings up a good point. Who cuts a tree like this?
Yeah.
Nobody would ever cut a tree like this. That's a good.
You know,
point.
it's not even that they're cutting the tree down the middle, which is bad enough. They're going up.
Yeah.
Where did they start? Like, the roots?
Also, who
Under
is
the
one we
roots?
saw?
Also, this level I think is a prime example of how much the GBA soundtrack does not match the tone of the game. Because
What is not intense or something?
it's really cheerful.
Really? It's weird.
Murder is fun.
Like, oh shit, I need that keg. So that's an example of like a keg you need to pick up and use, but it kind of blends in with the background because the kegs are a background object in this level type.
Good job,
True.
Rick.
True.
Also, why does the saw stop after it hits you? I thought they're cutting down a tree.
I know this is a really simple effect in concept to achieve, but I think it's really well done and really impressive, though. The saw blade.
Oh, me too. Me too.
It's nice having context for an auto-scroller.
Yeah.
But why can't you outrun the saw blade a lot more?
I don't know.
You're not Sonic the Hedgehog.
But what about those times that Red's just standing there waiting?
Look, we've established he's a fake fan.
True! Go ahead of the camera, Red. Oh wait, it's not a Sonic game. You know, classic Sonic auto-scrollers are my favorite.
You two fucking roasting me on not being a real DK fan, knowing full well I'd destroy you both with this.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
know.
but you know what? I'm not a real DK fan.
You know what? You gotta appreciate his honesty.
I mean, I don't have to prove shit. I'm not a DK fan. I never claimed to be. I
He
enjoy
just
myself
plays one
for
on
DKC,
TV.
but I'm not
He
like...
just plays one of the two. Okay.
Oh, Sam. My dear Sam.
Also, you know, the whole thing with the cutting upward and down the middle like this, doing it to 2 trees at once.
That's just efficiency.
The Amazon's not going to cut down itself.
This isn't the Amazon.
No, these
Use
are
your imagination.
these are almost certainly redwood trees. Yo, that'd be fucking sick one day to like see actual redwood trees.
Well, yeah.
I have seen them.
Have you been to the West Coast then?
Yeah. No, I was in California back in 05.
Oh, neat. I just imagine redwood trees are really fucking impressive in photographs. Like seeing an actual redwood tree, a little different. Doesn't Dixie carry it above her head? Would that make it a better throw angle? Or
There we
that?
go.
You do find it easier with Kitty. Yeah. Very good.
It's April. I'm not doing the Christmas code. Here it is, one of the 4 DK barrels in the entire game left. I don't know why it's here.
Wait, but you start the level with Kong.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I think they just forgot to remove it.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
Did they hand remove each one?
I imagine that they probably didn't think of a better way to do it, and I don't know what their development structure looked like, so I don't know if there was a better way to do it. Remember when Kaze Emanuel just recently, went and rewrote the entire code for Mario 64, making it run really fucking smoothly? With better features than the original?
Because neither does Nintendo.
Uh-oh. Nintendo Mario titles at launch taking advantage of their system hardware? No.
Part comes later.
Yeah, I don't know which of these games speedrunners like the most. I haven't really looked too much into speedruns these games.
I imagine that in terms of speedrunning, at least any percent, that the retro games would probably be more fun.
Probably.
The movement of the retro games, that momentum is crazy. It's always funny to describe the retro games as the newer ones, though.
Okay.
Bounce on the barrels.
I'm Squitter, I don't need to.
Bounce on the barrels. Fun. Dies.
You said they were fun!
Not those ones. explosive barrels. Normal barrels know the difference. You know, one of the only games to use the Super FX2 chip was Doom.
Good.
Also, never underestimate how the Game Boy Advance is significantly more powerful than the Super Nintendo.
It is.
Yeah. Like a lot.
Oh,
Have you ever wondered why Yoshi's Island requires the Super FX chip to do a lot of heavy lifting to work on the Super Nintendo? And yet, the Game Boy Advance can just run the game fine, no problems. And also the Game Boy Advance has actual 3D games that are more complex than any of the 3D games on the Super Nintendo.
guess that checks out.
Also, the GBA can have a freaking ludicrous amount of sprites on screen. Despite that it has a lower screen resolution than the Super Nintendo, it can just fucking cram it if it wants. Rare versus Retro Studios. Who do you like better? Who did DKC better?
I'd say they're about even at the moment. Ugh.
Do we factor in Ukulele and the Impossible Lair?
Well, if that's the case, then even though Tropical Freeze is just my favorite out of all of them, that would just be Rare.
But you know what else Rare made?
Oh,
Donkey Kong Land 1.
but they also made Land 2 and 3.
Yeah, and are Land 2 and 3 better than the retro games?
No, they're still pretty good. Damn, I'm pretty sure I need 2 Kongs for a bonus.
You have 2 Kongs, what are you talking about? Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, literally right here. Might as well just die. No more funny lives.
This is so sad. Alexa, play
This is the
Despacito.
greatest tragedy to ever befall this game.
Alright, Red, you have to maintain funny number of lives for the rest of the game.
A funny number playthrough.
If you get an additional life, kill yourself.
Gets 70 lives. You should kill yourself now.
Best time to kill yourself is now.
Supplies aren't limited.
You know, I'm not sure why this weird green gas in this pipe makes it low gravity. God damn it, going down kind of sucks in these.
Geek Critique connected the green gas to the gas that K-Rool shoots into.
Yeah. More obvious when you get to that late game one that reverses your controls. It's the same color as the gas that reverses controls into.
Carol shoots green gas at you in DKC2.
Oh yeah, sure, just lose Kitty immediately.
True. Life goals.
Kill
Alright.
Kitty speed run.
Your 66 lives is disappointing.
Did you ever reach 66 lives playing these?
Maybe? I don't remember.
Because I doubt it.
I mean, I know I have multiple times gone and said something along the lines of funny number will protect me or help me or something.
Probably was for bananas.
No, I did that for lives.
Maybe you did in 3, but definitely not 2.
Yeah. No, I don't remember exactly what, how, where. But I will say that I do remember very much in Returns, but that's because that's the most recent one I played.
Well, Returns, you know, they game showers you with lives.
Yeah, I know. That was also one of the temple levels.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
absolutely shredding my lives. How you doing, Red?
I made it.
You made it?
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Even though I just saw it.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
That
No
sounds like
way.
a you issue. Alright. New animal buddy, sort of. Quacks. Like Squawks, except he can't shoot nuts, but he can pick up barrels.
You know, for a moment I thought I heard in the distance somebody playing the meme song that's definitely not about gay cowboys. But they weren't. So, disappointing.
Where's my gay cowboys?
Honestly, that was one of the best memes of, what was it, like 2018? That was funny.
I don't remember this, so I need to look it up.
The dude who was just, do you remember the meme with the dude who was just like superimposed over like the backdrop of mountains screaming in a cowboy hat?
No.
Right now I gotta look up the song.
There, back to funny lives.
There we go.
Right then. guys still have a chance, though. There we go.
Yeah, I thought that was the name of the song. I don't know why I couldn't find whatever. Anyway, Ben, this is the song, the music video particularly. Genuinely, for the first like 2/3 of the song, it genuinely just feels like it's a song about two gay cowboys who are like, you know, two gay cowboys who are like lovers that can't be or something, like forbidden lovers or some shit. And then the song turns out to be about like world peace or some shit at the end. It's like, come on, it was way more interesting when it was about gay cowboys.
Alright. Chaos. It talks. Comes, enemy. You must be destroyed.
Alright guys, I'm back. I keep having these bits of health stuff, but I'm better.
I was just talking about the I was just talking about the song meme back in 2018, Big Enough.
I like this boss fight a lot. Do you guys like it?
Yeah.
Neat.
The main bosses that I like, this one, Eric, the one where you're on guard.
It's a good one.
K-Roll I'm a little mixed on.
Really? I like K. Rool a lot. I mean, it's not nearly as good as the DKC2 one, to be fair, but...
I like the final boss for K-Roll. The true final boss?
I think, like, the first one can be a little slow, and, like, I don't know, it doesn't feel quite as satisfying, especially when most of the time he's just kind of going back and forth, not doing anything.
Yeah, but I think it's more interesting to fight compared to, say, the last one where it's just kind of annoying.
Alright, have defeated Chaos, who's the new leader of the Kremlin, so, we're done, right?
Yeah, end of the game. End the stream now.
We beat Chaos, beat the leader of the Gremlins.
Got 2 pairs of skis.
Well, first things first, let's go upgrade. Yeah, a couple secrets for and things.
Okay.
You know, if I odd some people's complaints about TK64 being a little too cartoonish when this game has banana birds.
Yeah. I love the Puff World in this game.
Honestly, they're all cartoonish to varying degrees. But,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, like, there are some elements of 64 where it feels a little more Banjo than DK. But
Well, you can kind of just tell Rare was heading in that direction in general.
yeah.
Like, even when you play a game that on the surface seems to be more of a self-serious, atmospheric type game, like, you know, even the prototype of Star Fox Adventures with Dinosaur Planet, that game was still goofy.
Okay. 48 bear coins, which is just... I think I need 50 to get, like, by the mirror.
Also, literally 50% completion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd say that's a
Good job.
place to end this. This game's a little lengthy to do in one sitting, at least for stream. So,
Coward.
you know, I don't really feel like streaming for 6 hours. I gotta say.
Coward.
Well, but yeah, so
Don't follow up with, do you want to stream for 6 hours? Because I've done it. Bitch.
He has.
Even though you've done it before, it doesn't mean you want to do it all the time.
No, I'm just being an asslehole. Fuck you.
Do it right now. Stream something 6 hours.
All right,
right
let's
now.
go.
Start.
All right, let's go. Let's go. It'll be Tropical Freeze.
Okay. Do it. 6 hours of Tropical Freeze? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, Aikaji's gonna go watch Bond. Can't do that. Oh well.
No, you can still do it. I can watch Bond.
It's like, wait, no.
Red, you should join us.
Also, I'm not gonna do 6 hours starting now. To be fair,
You're right. You're
That's
going to start at
right.
1 a.m.
Which
Right.
means... Which means... that it's not off the table for another day. Namely, tomorrow.
Namely tomorrow.
namely, suck my dick.
Excuse me, that's foul.
Yes.
And for that, it's going to be a 7-hour live stream.
Yeah, alright, that's pretty gay.
I mean, it's what Ben would want.
No.
I'm pretty sure Dixie's tired. I'm pretty sure Dixie's tired running in place this whole time.
Right, so... Yeah, unlike the...
Wait, are we gonna end the stream without asking our opinions on the game? What you did the last few times.
No, shut up. I'm trying to end the stream. Keep interrupting.
Can't end the stream if
I like
I
the
keep
game.
interrupting you.
It's a good game.
Ass.
So,
Stupid.
yeah, to like
So-
be doing one sitting, I mean, I could, but I don't want to. So,
Blue Bear is the best one.
no. So, yeah, gonna end things off for now. I'm actually gonna make a save state,
Just in case.
because, like, you know, I don't want to lose my lives. Even though it won't matter, because, yeah. But yeah, so, pick this up next week, probably finish the game, then,
Wait, Red, you're not halfway. It's 500. It's 50% out of 105.
yeah, because, you know, most of that isn't just given to you by beating the last bit. Or come from the banana birds.
You're less than halfway, Red.
Right, well, yeah. I guess that's it for the stream.
Bye.
It's even more awkward ending the stream when the game's not even finished.
Saying words, so Red makes it feel more awkward to end the stream.
See you next time on Nightline.
I'll see all you guys later. Goodbye. Heading over to the end stream button. Clicking.
Moving
it.
over to the start stream button.
You know what? I'm gonna end at 2:59:59.
Oh, now you're just stalling.
I mean,
Good
we're
fight.
almost there.